In honor of Independence Day, I will be working with our collection, All American Blast. I'll likely just be working with the papers and our embellishments. I can't wait to show you the embellishments because they have really beautiful foiled details. I'll also likely introduce a sheet of cardstock or two just to mix things up a little bit. Now I am creating on the fly, so you have to bear with me a little bit. I've arranged these papers so that you can see a little bit of each piece of patterned paper. I'm loving these stars, how well it coordinates with our Island Waters cardstock. The stripes are fun. We've got some plaids, of course, some like Americana, like icon features, stripes, more icons, a checkerboard pattern. Loving this tie-dye. And then we have this really cool feature where instead of doing mats, we have cut apart papers so that on one side of the paper you've got mats that you can cut apart, and on the reverse side is just a patterned piece of paper. And then likewise, we have a border sheet. So you can use this just like this, or you can cut each border out. And then on the flip side is another pattern. I love this sheet of paper with the stars, but I'm not sure if it's going to work for what I want to do. So I think I might just pull an audible and start with a sheet of cardstock as my base. I'm going to go with our baby blue. And then just kind of see what works with this. Again, love this, but I just, for the pictures I think I'm going to use, this isn't going to work for me. But you know what? This will be great for Statue of Liberty photos. And I happen to be taking to my kids to the Statue of Liberty later this month. Don't hate that. I might put that aside. Of course, I love a blue. I don't love that combination. I'm really leaning heavily towards using some borders because it just will make this project go so fast. So let me put that here. These are nose. And that might work, so I'm going to keep that in the mix. And guys, I love this tie-dye paper. I think it is so fun and festive. It'd be great for 4th of July. I'm thinking rocket pops. I'm thinking just regular summer or craft time. I've got to find a way to use that. Then I love this just like base red. That could be an option. And then I'm going to put these guys away. So I'm thinking I want to go back to this sheet, and since I love this pattern so much, I think I'm going to cut the borders out and use that on my page. So of course for that I'm going to need my 12-inch trimmer. All right. Now I could do some measuring and some math, but I'm kind of in a rush. So I'm going to eyeball this, and then I'm going to use my guidelines here. If you pop them out from the bottom, there's one on the bottom and one on the top, so you can sort of eyeball. There's a little black line that shows you where your cut is going to be. I'm happy with this choice, so I'm going to go ahead and cut. All right. I'm going to set this aside because you can always use that later. I am guessing that this is about 1 inch. So let me see if I move that over to 1 inch. Maybe just a higher short. Again, I'm going to pop those guidelines out to make sure I'm cutting where I want. All right. Can go just a wee bit more and then cut. And now I have this really cute tie-dye border. I'm going to come all the way down here and do it again. Again, checking with my guidelines. I can see that I can scoot over just a wee bit. Got a beautiful section of preserved borders that I can set aside. I know this is just under an inch. Check with my guidelines again. Looks good to me. All right, and now I have this beautiful border. I've got all of these pieces that can be used together. Like that's a fun border on its own, or I can separate them later. I've also got just strips of this fireworks paper. So I really love this design of the paper, and I love that they gave you more than one of each border so that you could do a 2-page spread or just use more than one on a single page like I'm doing. So I'm thinking I might just do like a top and a bottom. Just kind of laying out some choices while I work. Okay. And I want this page to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And one of the ways I think I might do that is by using our All-American Blast embellishments. I've already taken these out of the bag and sort of just looked through them. And I love that we get this really great oversized frame. And I'm thinking if I put that right in the middle of my page, maybe cheating it down or up, we'll kind of decide. But it's like a 5.5 by 7.5, I think, but it holds a 4x6 photo in it. So I already feel like we're getting off to a great start. Now, of course, we need more than one photo. So what if I were to take, well, I can't do 4x6 because 3 4x6s across would be 12 inches. And this is taking up quite a bit. And so if I do 4 inches, then I'm covering up that frame, and then what's the point? So if I come down a little bit and I do like 3.5 by 5.5. I can kind of come up here. And then I can decide to either do a straight line across, or I might come down. But then you've got these like weird bits. So we need something to go here. So some simple math. This rectangle is going to be like about 3.5 inches wide. And if I know this is 7.5 tall, and this is 5.5, so I need something that is 3.5 by 2. And I'm kind of tempted to mimic some rectangles from this pattern. But I think because the rectangle is so small, we'd end up losing so much of the pattern. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're only going to get like a little bit, and there that you don't see so much of the tie-dye. And I don't know if I like that. And this paper's so pretty, I don't even know if I want to cut it and test it out. But I could just go red. So we're playing off the red, white, and blue. We're bringing in the red from here. Yeah, let's give that a try. I don't mind cutting this one so much. So let's go with 3.5. And then I've got this long strip, and I need to cut them 2 2-inch cuts so that I end up with 2 different rectangles. There's 1. And 2. All right, and then I've got a piece left over that I can set aside. So in my head, these would kind of go right here. And right here. What do you guys think of that? It's kind of fun. Did I choose a red that was too dark? Because we had another red in our pack. We had this red, which is funny. That's the reverse of the tie-dye. So I guess I could have tested with this red. And then if I didn't like it, then I could have swapped to the, the tie-dye. I don't know. Now I'm tempted to cut it, but I'm trying not to be wasteful. We'll see. We'll go with this for right now. I know we've got like these awkward big blocks of white, but remember those are going to be photos. So that's going to be like color and whatnot. I'm going to bring back out those embellishments and just see if there's something in here that would be fun to play with. I need a title, so that could be fun. That's way too big for this page. The stars are kind of cool, but I feel like we lose them a bit on red. Now I said earlier that I really liked this because of the like foiled holographic. Can you guys see that? Is it picking up on camera? They're so beautiful. Again, that's too much red since I've got that red there. That could be kind of fun, but I think it blocks a lot of this picture. We could always swap it so that this one is low and that one is high. Too big for this page, but like I said, we've got some really nice big icons. Like, this takes up my hand. This isn't just because I'm so close to the camera. Of the free, that could be good. This one I'm so excited to use when I go to the Statue of Liberty. Really great baseball one. Of course, the American flag, which could take up basically like a whole piece there. And we've got a good sized journaling box as well, or this could be a photo mat. And last but not least, a really fun red, white, and blue. So I don't know, which is your favorite title? I'm wondering if I made a mistake with this red. That's the part that keeps throwing me off. Alright guys, I decided I am going to give this a try. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking if I cut it this way, I'm more likely to get some of those variations. And if I don't like it, we can see what the lighter red looks like. Maybe I'm going crazy. Who knows? So let's see. Cut this at 3.5. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure I choose cross sections that have some variation. So I'm going to do 2 inches on this side first. All right, so I got the red, white, and blue here. And then I think I'm going to turn it and then do 2 inches here. All right, so I've got another like good bit. I'm wondering, I think I'm going to do one more, not because I need it, because I'm trying, but just because I want like an option for another pattern. You get so much variation in this. All right. Did I cut that too short? Nope, did it just right. All right. So now I'm going to set my trimmer aside. Should hopefully be done with it. And now what if I, here we go. Is that too much blue on blue? And I don't know, do we go like that way? Do we go this way? I think I like it like that. All right, so I brought more of that tie-dye in, which makes me so happy. Now I think I'm gonna go with just like proud to be an American. I might do it like up here. I'm gonna leave myself room for journaling here. And then, you know me, I probably will turn this into a 2-page spread at some point. So I'm only going to embellish there so that I leave room for my embellishment triangle on the other 2 pages. All right, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and start sticking it down. I'm gonna use my repositional tape runner just so I make sure I get things perfect. All right, guys, and we are finished. I can see that I put my frame a little off center, so I'm cheating in a little more on one side than the other. That's the beautiful thing about the repositionable tape runner, is off camera. I'm just going to pull these up a little bit and just cheat them over just a wee little bit to even it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you have a fantabulous 4th of July. And if you have any scrapbooking needs, please make sure you visit www.creativememories.com/cm/AshleyRush. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.